Hello and welcome, Aries. This is going to be a little bit of a different reading, a zodiac specific reading. And we are going to do something I tried recently where I took a series of note cards, put one of the zodiac symbols on the back of each, and then blindly pulled them randomly, concentrated and channeled some messages for you, hopefully specifically pertaining to love and finance. And other things may come through. Again, this being a general reading means that you'll have to take some of this with a grain of salt, take what resonates, leave the rest for somebody else who needs to hear that message. And it can also apply in many types of love. It can be love between friends, family, and so on. It doesn't always have to be intimate one-to-one love. It can be love for yourself, even in this situation. So let's see, Aries, what are the channeled messages for you? And then we're going to get a series of like 4 to 6 cards here, oracle cards, and then we'll lay out some Akashic Tarot and finish the reading. So, ooh, that's right. Okay. So you had this image of a pile of gold. It was like the old time, like the leather pouch, and there were all of these gold coin pieces in there, but it seemed like not enough. Not that it was not enough money, but that there was money, but not one to share it with. And it was like the sacrifices made didn't add up. So possibly you're looking for somebody to share that abundance with, but have perhaps been feeling too busy to add another person's needs to your life. Or if you have had other individuals as part of your life, perhaps you've been neglecting your relationships in favor of doing the money and work stuff. So maybe your relationships might be suffering in some way. Maybe you're feeling overworked, or others are having that opinion of you. There's a possible need to reconnect, to balance your life with some additional leisure time, to shift focus to love and bonding needs. Then I was hearing stalemate or a stale mate. There's something here that feels hard to look at the level of disrepair. I don't know if this is your house, your car, your relationships, even friends, family, and so on. It may be that you have not, that you're finding yourself in a position that you have not invested in enough of the peopling aspects of things that make life and sacrifices worth enduring. It's the relationship and the emotional connections that often makes that better here. So with this stale mate, perhaps you are feeling that you have gone cold, or that another has gone cold to you, towards you. And so something that's hard to look at the level of disrepair, then we say, so can you lead this shift into positive new directions? How does that look? And how does that feel when you feel your way into something better? There may be a need to put your money where your heart or your mouth is, to follow through on some old promises or intentions, to balance your time and attention. Perhaps even with your own endeavors, or again, with the relationship aspect, a need to focus on family issues, home matters, a mate, child or children, somehow a need to get back on track. And then there's this absent one returns. So I don't know if you've been the absent one. Again, with this general message, these overworking energies can relate to one of your loved ones. So either you may be distant or somebody else is at a distance. Could even be, children, doesn't have to be mates. But this there's a healing of a disconnection needing to happen, perhaps a leave of absence. So I don't know if this is you taking a leave of absence from work or having the need or urge to, or somebody else calling this in to call for a separation between mates, or like, I think we need some time apart type of a thing. But it's like suddenly bringing that focus back into, oh my, what has just happened while I've been off looking at something else entirely. Then we have reassess possessions. Perhaps you might be considering a move, deepening relationships, or having some type of heart to heart conversation. And perhaps there's a need to share money, share resources, or to somehow there's something that needs to be more inclusive, like perhaps before this, whoever it was, you yourself or another, that was off focused in the direction of money, while that left somebody else here holding the bag of home, family, children. And the sharing of resources can be, as tired as you are with this person may be tired of that. And perhaps both of you being out of balance is providing a unique opportunity for both of you to seek more uh, crisscrossing of roles, delegation, sharing of responsibilities, accountability, and time. So let's see what your lessons your oracles or lessons are. The first one you get is sea turtle protection. I like that in this context. You are master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. It's very beautiful. So, if it's something worthy of rebalancing and healing, make sure that you are awake and aware of the power that you have to feed this dynamic and to give your attention and your wholehearted efforts and intentions to it. And it may be essential to make that declaration in advance of somebody making a choice. If you feel there's something that is crumbled or in disrepair, it may be time to take your vehicle to the mechanic. It may be time to um, ask somebody how they're feeling, or ask them if there's something that they might like to do together, or is there anything I can do to help you? You look stressed, so that that individual understands that there is awareness of their state, some level of seeking of understanding, and a level of offered support. The offering of an extended hand can go so far if this is something that can be revitalized. Blend into the environment, number 36. You have many skills and can fit into any situation. Take time to assess what's going on around you and adapt accordingly. So look at the many arms of this octopus right now. And this is showing me that it's not only about just jumping into the flow of things, such as like maybe let's say somebody's been off doing their financial thing, and then they ask if there's anything they can do at the house. Maybe it's like you don't even need to ask, because some people don't want to give you instructions. You should be able to look around and see a few things that are in disrepair and take care of it. Like the squeaky door. How long does it take to grab some WD-40, for instance, and just give it a squirt? You know what I'm saying? And then it's those little things that you can do in an instant. And all of these arms can be monitoring and taking a day off, for instance, to just get a few things done. And in you taking accountability to be proactive in this way might really uh, turn somebody's head. And I am seeing all of a sudden, when I said turn somebody's head, I looked at this octopus and I saw this extra large head. And so I'm sure that there are those of us, whether it's those that in our lives or ourselves, that seem to be like, oh, well, I'm above that. I'm so important. And the easy example is somebody who's like, well, I'm off all day exhausting myself, making all this money and providing for the family. But, your workday might be 8, 10, 12 hours, but somebody in the household, that job doesn't ever end. And if you're both holding down a job and somebody else is disproportionately cleaning up messes, it's definitely time to call that into action. So next we have master number 44, unexplained wonder, with this unicorn of the oceans, the narwhal. Magical blessings and miracles are occurring in your life. All of your prayers are answered now. So it almost seems that this doesn't even belong with the other, but it belongs with the protection for sure. So by your ability to blend into the environment and start taking your attention and handling those small details and making small incremental changes, coming home 15 minutes early from work, or doing those little things for a partner or a family member in some type of a way, or even in a boss work context here, taking a, giving your attention to the efforts of your crew, for example, and giving rewards for people who perhaps have their hands really full going in 100 directions, but they're showing up every day for you. Maybe a little bit of a bonus would really take some of the heat off of that person's situation. And so this unexplained wonder to me is talking about things that are simple and easy to start to heal in the moment. Empower yourself 29. Look at that one's also got that swordfish, that narwhal and the swordfish. There's something very pointed, getting to the point. This is more blunt and this is sharper. So there's something here coming in for you, and your prayers are being answered in some type of a way here. So empowering yourself can be those little things that you can start to become aware of. Tune in to your personal power. You're more than able to handle the situation facing you. Allow yourself to be the strong, beautiful, and highly capable person that you are capable of being. A couple more here. Give yourself much more credit. A stranger than strange, preponderance to ponder. Those in great relationships aren't always those that are great at relationships. And those in challenging relationships aren't always those who are bad at relationships. Oh, see? Wow. Even though I used preponderance ineptly, this one is really good. Please ponder the universe. So that one's kind of fun and bouncy in a way, but it's kind of talking about, something that's been overlooked, perhaps because of ego blockages, or that we didn't want to look at that state of disrepair. We've been distracted, happily distracted, unhappily distracted with the matters over here that can create maybe some type of recognition on the surface level. But to give yourself more credit here is, things don't have to be in disrepair. Sometimes just little things like topping off the oil in your car will help you so that you don't, let's say, throw a rod on one of those older cars. I know that's some mechanics speak, but Yeah, so you have it within your capacity to take care of some of those little irritations and set them to rest and give yourself um, more ability to thrive in some situation. And if it's time to just empower yourself by reconnecting with other individuals, that may be what we're talking about too, is like going out and blending into the environment, in a social environment, and just taking in all of the dynamics and the colors and the moving parts of socialization, getting back into the world and really feeling good about yourself, and understanding here that if you've been single and looking to mingle, then it's time for that. You're looking good, you're feeling good, smelling good, then get out there and do that. Okay. No two flowers are the same, yet all are beautiful in their own way. So if these are some type of like self doubts arising because it's been a long time since you've been in a relationship, it's definitely time to dust yourself off and see yourself with the eyes of spirit. Comparisons are odious because they presume all other things are equal, which is never the case. Between me and you, the universe. So the energies you're extending and the energies that others are extending are being called out as both of your journeys are beautiful, and nobody is above or beyond you, and you are not more advanced or less advanced than others. And so there's nothing to hold you back from expressing your needs in some way. And it definitely seems like whether you are or are not in relationships with others, it's a bit about your own self judgments moving and shifting, and perhaps spending less time defining and identifying with your social and your reputation and your ego needs than on those deeper needs. We have Archangel Raphael, number 8, flipping in the deck here. Beautiful. He is the angel that deals, I believe, with the element of water and the flow of emotions, the healthy healing of the heart space, and the ability to be empowered by that, to be confident and courageous and creative, and to move through cycles and overcome patterns, to open up to the new and to create advancement for yourself. And we've got Hilarion at the bottom here, Ascended Master, dealing with the research, the information, technology, science, and that type of information could be stepping forward. And maybe for you, if you have been one of those singles, maybe a way that fits in is perhaps by getting out there on social media and redoing your profile, showing up a little bit, putting some posts out there, and showing different sides of your personality, or creating a dating profile on an app or something. I'm not sure if that's up your alley or not. Let's take this one. The Divine Physician, number 6. We just had 5 Hilarion, now we have 6. I believe this is a depiction of Ascended Master Jesus. You can take that as religious connotation or not. I believe that this is talking about the unity consciousness, the Christed consciousness, and our ability to go out and create this new energy, and maybe getting into some like-minded groups where you can maybe gain some type of, I want to say, following, or some type of recognition and attention for some of your other types of contributions, not necessarily money and effort and work, but maybe just your insights, your wisdom, your sense of humor, your loving heart. There are people here that are drawn to you in this coming phase. Underneath the deck, we have the Karmic Trench, 4 of Scrolls. So this is really sitting on some information and being able to overcome any type of rut or patterned behavior with new insights. And we had quite a few fall down here. So let's see what's finishing us up here. We have Hilarion comes out once again here, paying attention to the insights in the little nudges from spirit coming in and being proactive with those things. And even if that is like the ability to really give ourselves much more credit here for our accomplishments and our personal identity, not our achievements or our holdings or possessions. Maybe it's time to simplify. Wow, you also get Archangel Michael here, number 9. So we have 8, 9, and 5 and 6, and all major arcana here that are laid down so far, but we've got a couple here coming out next. Archangel Michael is protective, speaking the truth, and helps us to use our voice and to witness our truth and to speak it into form. He protects our children, our family and home, and our inner child. And then next we have 4 more cards here. The Queen of Keys. I don't know if this is yourself or a mate. It almost seems like the mate or the love interest here. Pay little attention to genders here. Somebody who's ready to have you come back and to invest in something. It's like they're kind of delighted to see you come home early or reverse the roles if you need. Or maybe they're watching you outside fixing something up, and maybe you're a techie type who's out trying to do something out in the yard and kind of fumbling around, and they're delighted. They're pleased to see you out there and doing these things. And then here we have the King of Forces, that King of Wands energy, really gathering all of your skills and your mojo and your efforts and the will to creatively take charge in some manner. And we have that violet cloud behind him, and it's like coming through a phase of transforming a situation for the better, using your resources to create positive outcomes. Then we have 5 of Roses, the garden. So 5 of Roses, 5 of Cups here is sometimes a card of longing, nostalgia, and feeling like things aren't really coming through. But this may also indicate for some of you what this queen here is looking at, and the children are out in the yard or something, or maybe somebody is out playing with children in the yard, or being a child, or being innocent. There's this feeling of a return to innocence, investigation, curiosity, getting out and exploring, and getting out of the house, off of the devices, somehow, having family time, having a vacation, leisure time, or so on. Maybe having a game, like, sometimes I'll say this is a fun thing that we've done. Easter time, how there's that tradition of hiding the eggs. Well, if you get a bunch of those little plastic eggs that don't go bad or whatever, there have been times where we've taken a whole bunch of them, like 50 or 60 of them, and gone out and hidden them all around the outside. And you have to remember where they're all at, and you can play hot cold games, but sometimes that can be fun, or creating a scavenger hunt. I also, one time at Christmas, I did this. It was one of those silly little elf on the shelves, and I made these little cards that perhaps one was like set by the bed or under the tree or in the stocking or something. And it was like the first clue, which told you where to go. And then, say it was like, you can eat things out of this and it's cold, just to simplify. And then they go to the fridge And then there's another clue that talks about this other place. And then they go there, there's another clue. Something to engage and draw some curiosity and some playfulness out. And then 4 of keys, clearing the way. So clear your schedule, if this is your story, to make some new contacts, or have some fun, have some playtime, to get out of some type of a rut and out of some type of disrepair, to and blend into the environment too. The Easter eggs, yeah, clues all around you, and unexplained wonder. Empower yourself with this wonder, this sense of the inner child. Also, my boyfriend has also gotten me gifts at different times and hidden the gifts around the yard, like some plants, because I'm a plant person. You can have fun in so many different ways, and something like this really helps to foster a protected, bonded, healed connection to your loved ones in this way. So I hope that you found some type of message with some meaning for yourself. And I think that's where we're going to end it for today. So take good care of yourself, Aries, and until next time.